Hey everyone, I hope you're all enjoying your day so far. I just wanted to have this quick conversation with you guys about the sort of situation that a lot of families are finding themselves in. Specifically, obviously for me, I'm a bit biased for the black family. It's quite evident. But basically, it's where someone, like a parent or whatever it is not committed enough to stay in a relationship for whatever reason. They may have met for wrong reasons, or they may have done something specific and it didn't really work out, and it's left one parent with the rest of their children or whatever it is. And then what happens throughout the years is that parent ends up being multiple people. So they could be husbands, father, friend, all this kind of stuff, or mother, wife, and something else. So the pressure starts to increase and starts to get really ridiculous. And the point I'm making is that because that disadvantage has been set in based on the fact that that person is doing more than one role, and don't get me wrong, there are many people who do it really, really well. I'm not taking that away from anybody. What ends up happening is that those children or those siblings end up taking a piece of that pressure, and they don't get to a situation where they feel adequate enough to actually start and create their own life. Because obviously they're catering towards other people, because it means their survival too. That could be from a financial point of view. It definitely means from a mental point of view. And it means that they're not able to be best positioned. Whereas you see other cultures and some sort of like groups, regardless of the situation, they have a plan, they have a strategy, they stay committed, because it's not necessarily because they know it doesn't work without it, but because they understand that they had the intention to start off and build. And that's why you get these situations where certain groups and certain cultures are able to grow wealth and able to do certain things, because it starts with the mental resilience. It starts with the mental health, should I say. Because if the mental health is not there, my arms are getting tired. If the mental health is not there, based on the fact that your basic environment is not up to scratch, then of course there's going to be issues. Of course there's going to be problems. So there's a dilemma that pops up. And the dilemma is, and it could be good or bad, number one, if you do end up being in a situation where your mother and father are not together anymore and you're that child or sibling that has increased pressure, one, that pressure could spread systemically throughout the rest of the family. And then that means that it's just going to be harder for you. Or two, you can use those pressures in a sort of way where you can use it as an advantage, because you've been able to live and struggle through a situation that some of us haven't been able to live through before, So it's do or die, it's advantage or disadvantage. And it really does depend on how you see it, because for many people, adversity has to be used as a way to fuel them to move forward. Many millionaires, many billionaires have got to the stage they've got to because of adversity. But many of those millionaires and billionaires have had help because they've had committed families and structures from the get-go. So it's a very context-based perspective situation. And I know the black community suffers from this a lot, because you get many fathers who don't necessarily hang around for whatever reason, okay? It's not good, it's not bad, that's just the situation. But we need to be responsible enough and understand that if we are going into parenthood, or if we are setting ourselves in that situation, what are we doing to avoid the disadvantage that has culturally been driven throughout our cultures or groups, regardless of whether it's the Afro-Caribbean community or whatever it is? What sort of cultures are you trying to indoctrinate? Whether you think that way or not, that's what happens, okay? So think about the pressures that you're creating for other people. Think about the pressures that you're taking on yourself, and how can you use that as an advantage to escape and create a different paradigm, a different culture, a different way of living? Because if we continue down this way, that culture is not going to prosper. It's just not going to happen, because there's a pattern, and at the end of the day, life works in themes, life works in patterns, and if certain patterns continue, then that means there's going to be certain wins, losses, and successes and failures, okay? We can't be in a situation where we're creating challenges for ourselves, okay? Challenges have to be used in a positive light and a positive forefront. So if you are in that situation where the pressure has come down from the parents and passed on to you, I have empathy for you. If you are a sibling who has just taken on this, sort of pressure from another sibling or whatever it is, I have empathy for you. There are too many people coming out of university where they're in a situation where all of a sudden their job now is just to fund. That's all it is. It's just to fund. And I would say to you, like, if you're in that situation, you need to find a way out. You have to, because if you stay stuck, then you're going to stay stuck for life. Life is very simple. It's very black and white. And people don't realize that it is what it is based on what you make it. Okay? It is what it is based on what you make it. So think about what I'm saying. Think about all those internal pressures. How can you turn that and transform that into an advantage? For me personally, it's important to make sure that you're happy, you're healthy, you live a truthful life, you live a loving life. But at the same time, you need to live a life where you can actually set yourself financially free. That should be part of your aim in life. I'm sorry, it needs to be, because if you're part of the system and you're not happy with the system, you need to change it. And part of the way that you change it is obviously it starts with your mindset, but use that mindset to create wealth. And the way you create wealth is by solving as many problems for people as possible, not in a superficial way, but in a genuine way. Because like attracts like. If you give value, you get value. It's that simple. So I have empathy for you. I understand your situation. Don't be bitter about it, but use it in the right way. Okay, use it in the right way. I don't say this much, but if you're checking this out on any other platform, you're checking it out on YouTube, subscribe, please, because I'm doing moments with Mike. I'm trying to get my voice and opinion out there, because this stuff is real, man. It's really real, and I think people need to hear about it. Culturally, part of the Afro-Caribbean society, we are stuck because of certain habits and themes that pop up again and again and again, creating polarized pressure. And that's why there's a big mental health problem within our community. For those reasons, okay? But starts with understanding that mindset and understanding what commitment is, and deciding what you want with somebody and planning with that person from the get-go, making sure that you're a right fit. And if you want, what's the plan towards that? What's the plan so everybody gets to eat? Anyway, that's enough from me. Enough from my rant. Make sure you subscribe. Think about these things. Think about how you can be a better example, not only to yourself and your children, your siblings, your father, mother, and everybody else, but to your society. Take care. God bless. Understand, reach, and expand. Peace.